Hi, how you do? Welcome again to Island of Ferncourt. My name is Lenwet Duhaney. Today I up over into Discovery Bay centered. Ochias is to the east, the west is Montego Bay. I'm in the middle here, Discovery Bay centered. And I have with me a very interested guest today. As a matter of fact, he's the first doctor, or person with a doctorate to be on the program, to be on the show. He's no other than Dr. Camillo Trench. Dr. Camillo Trench, his introduction is big. This is the person who you saw on TV, with the marine and talking about the forestry and so on. This is the same man I'm sitting with, right? He's the chief scientific officer for the Discovery Bay Marine Lab and Field Station. So we are actually at his workplace, a beautiful place. I got a tour. I got a tour. I should have taken it on camera, but maybe next time. Dr. Trench, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Duane.
Yes, man. We usually start off by early years
Mm-hmm.
because I want the viewers to find out or know the person who we are talking with.
Okay.
So just tell us about your early life, like growing up and so on.
Well, let me cut to the point. I am born and raised in Senton. Senton product like
Proud Fenton, man.
most of the great things across this nation,
Yeah.
things and persons. So went to St. Bay Primary School.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from two places actually.
Yeah.
Grew up both in Runaway Bay and Prairie. My family is originally from Prairie.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people know where the pudding man is and all of that.
Yeah.
My grandmother had the original pudding shop in Prairie. That's
Oh.
decades before the pudding man was there.
Yes. Yeah.
Right there on the main street.
Mm-hmm.
And also Scarlet Hall, Runaway Bay, where I grew up half of my life. Went to St. Bay Primary School, then Ferncourt High School, Brownson Come College, then on to university.
Yeah.
Studied science, encouraged by my father. My father said, I don't care what you want to do, but study science. And when you study science, everything else is clearer to you.
Yeah.
So I did that and I don't regret it.
So how was it growing up? Did you play or did you just a bookworm, a book person? I met you at a particular point in your life where we're gonna get to that. But how was it? Was it stay in the house, study, or you get the chance to go out and play football or so?
I mean, I could do pretty much whatever I wanted to. I used to do all of the above, but I wasn't really particularly good at any sport. A lot of persons don't know. I'm sure maybe you don't know. I was very asthmatic as a younger child.
No, I didn't
So
know
even primary school,
yeah.
I used to play like box ball and all of that, but never anything competitive. I used to make regular trips to the hospital for my mother and my father back.
Oh.
But I kind of grew the asthma going into high school. But in high school, I never really tested too much. So I used to, play a little thing here and there, but never excel in anything.
Yeah, I know what you mean to have asthma. My cousin usually, and we have to run with him in the night, like shorter breath.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So like, and in high school, most kids love football. Wasn't really good at it. Never really get any. I really started playing a little bit of football when I went to college. University, where I got like
Dr.
training.
Trench, we're gonna go there, We're gonna talk about your football, your volleyball, and you tell me something that you venture into cricket, and you have to go explain that today. So we'll soon get there though. But your work, he said that you're the scientific officer, your chief scientific.
Actually, I have to correct you. I think me send the whole biography. Yeah. I am an academic coordinator, not the scientific. I'm a lecturer now.
Oh, you're a lecturer. Okay, so when I did my research,
yes,
right?
Oh, maybe I use the website.
I did my research, and my research showed me this. So I did my background check.
So the information if upgrade on the website.
All right. So tell us about your work. More Jamaicans, including me, we do not know the work that you have done, the field that you are in. We hear that yes, you are marine and so on. We saw you going out on boat. We saw you on television talking about the mangroves. And the forest,
sharks and all kind of stuff.
You travel to you travel, man. You travel overseas. I saw you one time in the airport going to Turks and Caicos.
Yeah.
Tell us about your job extensively.
All right. Well, right now I'm a lecturer at University of West Indies, Department of Life Science. So I lecture marine ecology courses. So I lecture one main course. Also lecture a master's level course in coastal restoration, coral, mangrove, seagrass, that sort of thing. unsupervised students, co-supervised students. I was also former scientific officer, which basically means that I used to facilitate all the teaching and the research. So anybody doing a particular research from my facility, I used to facilitate it.
Okay.
But I used to help them get something or help with the project design, whatever the case is. Now I teach, I lecture,
Right.
and I also co-manage the lab. Also, you know, we have in the marine biology field, because you don't have lots of money coming to you. Well, through the university or through the government, you have to write grants. So, for example, that is how we survive. We have grants. So, we might have a grant, and for example, we just signed a grant with the US Embassy that they're going to support us with our conch hatchery. You know, conch that people eat.
Right.
We're going to start a hatchery in Jamaica to raise baby conch and release them into the sanctuary as a pilot project.
Right.
We did the lionfish project down here. We have seagrass project. We have PhD students studying seagrass. We have a PhD student studying coral bleaching. We have one studying soil carbon to look at how much carbon is in the mangrove soils. So we survive on that. So we have to make sure it's complementary with our students. We normally have students to match a project, and that project may lead into national policy, lead into a paper that persons can read, but definitely it's for definite national growth and for better understanding of our world and how we can utilize it more sustainably. As well as contributing to other things like Jamaica's fish sanctuaries right now. We help the fish sanctuaries with their research or their outreach or with training. And I'm also a scuba instructor, so like the university students that want to learn to dive, to do the coral reef ecology courses, I'm a part of the team that helps to train them, etc.
I saw you on television. You did an interview. I thought it was an interview about diving with the fishermen.
Yes.
Yes. Tell me about
it. We wear a lot of hats, so sometimes I forget to mention some of the things. So right now, this facility, we have the only hyperbaric chamber, only functioning hyperbaric chamber on the island. That is where we treat mostly fishermen with this thing called bends, which is when they dive for either too deep or too long, and they get excess nitrogen in their body. It can cause pain, paralysis, or even death. So right over there, you have the hyperbaric chamber. So I am
what that do? They breathe
it basically gives them oxygen at high pressure, and it helps with healing. So it's not just for the bends. All athletes also use it. So for example, if an athlete do surgery and they want to help heal quickly, it's just that we are not set up for that.
Right.
We just set up for the emergencies, not the clinical stuff like athletes or diabetics or stuff like that.
Okay. Tell me about the marine lab now. I'm here. I born and grew in St. Ann, and this is the first time I'm putting foot on this property. Tell me about it. I guess many persons don't even know where it is in Discovery Bay.
We're on the edge of Discovery Bay at the start of the Queens Highway. So if you pass the Backside Company heading to Montego Bay, you may have seen a sign that says University of the West Indies Marine Lab and Feast Station.
Yeah.
So we're essentially a science-based facility. It's almost like a science hotel. So we have persons coming from all over the world, and they can stay here, get their 3 meals a day. They get their boats to go out. They get their scuba diving equipment. If they need an instructor, they have one here. If they need to do water chemistry, have a chemistry lab. They have a wet lab to keep live specimens.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. Not only marine stuff. Persons come here to study bats, birds, insects. Also use it as a field station for many other things.
Yeah.
Mostly living organisms, biology basically.
Okay. We are going to go into an area now of sport, right? And volleyball. You play little volleyball at UE or at university or what?
At university, I played for my block. I also played for the Com College team.
Right.
I remember we used to bounce a little volleyball at Ferncourt, but we never had a proper court. We had a little hard court, and that's where I learned my little volleyball skills. But I went on Com College, that's where maybe I got the most volleyball introduction. As I remember, we went to Knox and we played a round robin, and we did pretty well. And went on to university. I played almost all sports for my block. Represented my hall, Chancellor Hall. In swimming. I was also on the freshers team. Never made the final team at all. I think that was basically what I represent them in. Cross country.
Cross country. Football. What level of football did you play?
My highest level of football was maybe just for my block.
For your block.
Not the Costa Cup. Not
Nothing
in
like
high
that.
school. No, not
Because I remember people are
not
watching
even
it
close.
and know you very
No,
well.
man, I wouldn't lie about that.
Okay. All right. Cricket now.
Yeah.
You said to me that you have something to do with cricket at Ferncourt.
Yes.
Talk to me about that because we want to test the water. Talk to me about that.
You mean playing at Ferncourt?
Yeah, did you play cricket at Ferncourt?
Yeah, man, I played for the Headley Cup team, but it was like maybe just 3 matches because I stumbled into training. I really never went to training intentionally. I think I was there just waiting on a brethren, Tyrone Rose, Sadiq Monroe.
Yes, man.
I took up the bat and I lick some ball and remember the coach said, no man, you need to come play with you, man. And that was like the tail end of the season in fifth form. So I never officially went to training.
In fifth form.
In fifth form.
Okay.
So I never officially went to training. I traveled with the team. I think I played maybe 1 match with them. But I wasn't really official with the team or anything. But I have cricket in my blood, you know. I was never athletic at school. I never really tried properly, you know. Maybe I tried football, but it was no good at
every
it.
day and
remember I used to slip and slide on the Ferncourt field like crazy. I feel so terrible.
Yeah, man,
trust me.
All right. So you may Dr. Trench keeps saying, and he said it before, he said we. And you may be wondering why he's saying we. No, I'm doing this interview and it's like, because I know him. You have to understand that I'm a Ferncourt past student also.
Yeah,
so,
from grade 7.
From grade 7, so we
right.
knew each other. So we're going to the best high school in the world. Some people may saying, what is he saying? But we are going to talk about the best high school in the world.
Well, to me it is.
Right.
We're going to bias, but yeah, to me
yeah,
we
are going to talk about FHS now. Ferncourt High School. All
That's
right?
right.
Other students. All right, let me say something first. If anyone, especially in the 90s, want to get in contact with anyone that went to Ferncourt, call Dr. Trench. No, I don't know. I'm going to ask him how he do it. But this man have the contact for, I don't know if he gone into the 2000, but I know 90 people. He have the contact for every one of them. You get the contact. What is it?
I don't say it's everyone. You know. I was the president of the Past Student Association. Maybe a year we know, 2023, maybe 2020, maybe 2019 to 2022 thereabout. I'm currently the acting PRO. So it was my job to get past students together. And at the time we took over, when I got involved with it, my president was Mr. Pixley Irons, and Mr. Pixley Irons is the consummate past student, real past student that from Irons Mechanical Garage.
Yeah.
And that's part of the thing. And I realized that we have a lot of good, solid past students have great reputation.
Yes.
And we don't know.
Yeah.
So it's like our high school students don't have good role models. So one of my drive as president was to show the work and worth of Ferncourt past students.
Yes.
So I kind of reach far and wide to people I knew, people I didn't know. And one thing about me, anybody who knows me well, I'm terrible with names, but faces. Once I know you from somewhere, I've seen you somewhere, I can have a photographic memory like that. I can tell you where I know you from. Can't tell you your name. Okay? So I've been kind of reaching out to past students. Sadly, we don't have a lot of school pride. So I think when I reach out to 100 past students, maybe only 20 show any interest. Some persons will say they never had a good time at the school, so they don't want nothing to do with the school, which I completely understand. But the reality is I've been reaching out to past students to help to grow Ferncourt. And I'm not the only one. Because a lot of the contacts I have, I get it from persons who have been doing it and keeping persons in contact. I can speak of persons like Joan Williams Gruber, Mario Pottinger, Pixley Irons I spoke about earlier. Persons like Jaffia Langley. She works at NCB. She's very low key, but she has a lot of contacts and big, good past student.
Right.
Couple other persons that, you know, and I have to also give the props to, you know, it's very controversial. Lenworth Sterling is a past principal.
Yeah.
He's a past student as well.
Oh, yes.
So he, in his own unique style, he put a lot of the past students together as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have to give props where it's due.
You're talking about the past student association, right? When I was going to Ferncourt back in the 90s, I can't remember an active past student association.
No, I don't think we had one.
You don't think we had one?
No.
Where does this drive come from with the past student and what it is doing? Because now it is active as things is happening. and we're gonna talk about it. But where does this drive come from? How did you get involved, really? You could have walked away and say, boy, you know, I
Well,
finished.
I think I had a personal interest in Ferncourt.
Mm.
In fifth form in particular, when I
Yeah.
was doing CXCs, I remember saying to myself as a 16-year-old youth that I really should be doing better than this
Mm-hmm.
because our chemistry lab was in such a poor state that we could not do SBAs. We had to do GC where there was no lab.
Labs. Okay.
And I remember our chemistry teacher, Miss Chung, she pulled out all stuff to get us to do the GC, which was just a one-time practical instead of the SBA where you did several, like 10 SBAs.
Right.
And I remember saying to myself that we really should do better than this. And I think when I moved back to St. Ann, I got together with a couple past students. I remember doing Quayle, Overton Grant, Tyrone Rose, couple other persons, maybe I'm forgetting some person's name. And we sell some black drive tickets.
Yes, I remember.
And like $200
I
each.
bought, yes, I bought.
And we refurbished the chemistry lab, which was one of our first projects. So I've been involved ever since. And at that time, the former principal, Mr. Sterling, was trying to get the past student association reorganized. There was always a past student association on paper. It's just that persons weren't involved.
Active. Yeah, okay.
For whatever reason, that's before our time. I can't tell you why. At the time, he was trying to get past students together. And he got, I think he's the one who did an initial meeting with some of the past students who were showing interest. And I was invited because of the project I did with the with the chemistry lab.
On the chemistry.
And then I went on the executive, and I was never turned back because I see the good results of us putting resources into the school. And I remember, and I can tell you this, I have never been to Boys and Girls Champs physically.
Right.
Because I've never seen the reason I don't have anybody to cheer for because our school has did so poorly.
Right.
I can't go recently because with our work, Ferncourt has won medals at champs now, and we have students have an active track team.
Right.
So it's good. So when I see things like that, it keeps on motivating me.
Right. As they say that too, we must tell the viewers that although she's not there anymore, Abigail Campbell is a past student. Recently went to champs, win 400 and so on.
I think she went up to grade 9 with us, and then she transferred over to Heidel, I believe.
Right. So we have to know that. But tell me some of the work that the past student is doing. I don't want you to touch the 90s group yet because I have a specific question for that group.
All right.
But tell me some of the work that the past student is doing.
Has a number of different past student groups. The Alumni Association is trying to bring them all together. It doesn't always work. So for example, we have a group in New York. We have a group in Florida. They call themselves the South Florida group. They've been active right through the year. New York group as well. We have other groups that are coming up. For example, recently there's a registered charitable organization called the Ferncourt Foundation that some graduates from like the 2000s, like 2010 are doing.
Okay.
Another conversation with a young lady just last week.
Okay.
There's also the 75-80s group that has been active right through the years.
So should I say it's era? The people with their era.
People tend to identify with who they know.
Who they know. Oh.
So for example, we have a 90s group.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we need to get together in one alumni association. So there's an alumni association, proper constitution, everything. It has executive officers. And through this medium, I invite persons who are professionals to come on board. We're having some changes now. It's a mixture of older persons, younger persons, and that is what we need.
Right.
Youth and experience.
Youth and experience.
And just remember, anybody out there listening, if you have these kind of talents, say don't put it to use. I always guilt people to say, if you have talents, say don't put it to use, it's a sin, you know.
Yeah.
So I never had sports skills. I can't sing. I don't have that kind of talent. So I have organization skills.
Right.
So I have put it into Ferncourt mostly.
Right.
And to be honest with you, I put it in at a time of my life. I was going through some rough emotional times, and it was a very good thing for me to put my energy into something positive, where I could see good results.
Good results.
Yeah.
Dr. Trench, we're gonna go at area now where I'm involved here so now. 90s.
Yes.
The 90s group. Tell me how this group started. You did a wonderful project last year where with the Decasta Cup team, the D Cup team for Ferncourt, who was out in the wilderness for 15 years. And they came back we don't want to talk about the result. We just happy that they are in the
Yes,
Costa
they
Cup.
played.
They played.
Yeah.
Tell me about the 90s.
The 90s group was integral in getting the Costa Cup started again. The school always had the intention, and we have a new principal, well, recently, Shelton Thomas,
Right.
and he showed interest in revamping the Costa Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And he reached out to the past student body and said, hey, how can we make this happen? Same time, somebody from the 90s, Yuan Wallin, we call him Yellow.
Yellow, yeah, man.
One of Ferncourt most decorated footballers.
Yes.
He is the one who had the brainchild that let's do a charity match.
Okay.
And he reached out to me,
Mm-hmm.
not to play on the football team,
Oh,
because
no, you have to say that.
no, reach out to me for that.
As a player, no,
not as a player.
Remember, you said you have organizational skills.
I have organizational
not the
skills.
physical.
Yes.
All right.
So organizational skills,
Yes.
I reach out to persons and I put different people together and we have a committee.
Right.
And we're having a second staging coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So that
you're gonna tell me about the second.
That year one now,
yeah.
committee is maybe 6 or 7 persons,
Mm-hmm.
mostly from the 90s. Some other persons assist us as well.
Right.
Like Pixel Irons in the background again. Mr. Pixel Irons is from like the 60s.
Okay.
And he's still doing his thing, helping us.
Very good.
Sponsors came on board, especially Ferncourt friendly sponsors, meaning businesses owned or operated by Ferncourt past students and friends.
And friends. Okay.
And I don't want to big up all the sponsors, but they know themselves. And
right.
we didn't raise a huge amount of money, but about $800,000 was turned over to the school, and we had a lovely time.
No, but that is a remarkable thing, because as I said, I can't remember.
And I must say,
yeah,
we planned this in 3 months.
No man, that was remarkable.
So can you imagine the second stage where we have a whole
no man, the second we're gonna talk about that, because I remember the first stage. I saw it. But I was planning on, just being in the island, and I remember I came and I said, no man, I have to go Ferncourt.
Have to.
And when I reached there, the amount of people, I don't see people for 20 years.
Yeah.
It was like a
reunion.
Reunion, and people were there. I saw so many, and the rain fell, and but people still stay and all of that. And
yeah man.
To raise 800,000, as I said, I was around sporting Ferncourt. Never good to make the team, but I was around the team. I can't remember anything like that happened to give the team any money in it. Much like 800,000.
Well, I think our day, because a lot of things happen in the background that students don't know about, mind you. Because I am sure back in the 90s when our D-Cup team was doing okay, they were supporters from the community.
Yeah, that's true.
And the school was also putting money into it. It's just that the student, as a student, you don't know.
Right.
So even right now, there are supporters who, you have persons who, and if you're out there and you're listening, we love in the same way.
Yeah.
Not everybody wants to do the public thing. You have some persons who will donate $20,000 and say, I don't want you to put my name in it. I want to be completely anonymous.
And
that is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to be up in the limelight to do good.
Right.
So yeah, I'm sure back in the days, persons were supporting it financially because sports, education, all of it takes money.
And you were recognized at graduation, your group, the 90s group.
We were recognized. I always say the 90s is anybody from the 90s, not just the planning committee.
Yeah.
But we ensure we
I noticed that.
Whole 19
I noticed that you don't really.
No, me not do the IT.
You don't really say me and that person. You
no,
say we.
There's no I
yeah,
team.
You keep on saying we.
There's no I team.
So me in it because me are 90s.
Yeah, you're the 90s,
okay.
And you were there and you helped contribute more and help publicize it. So we did it.
All right. Tell me about the fear now. I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to see a different formula. You know what I'm talking about. You know with the whole football thing and so on. Because it's gonna be bigger.
Yes.
It's gonna be bigger.
And better.
I know I'm better. People are planning for this. It is the
March 30.
March 30 is
2024.
Right. It's the after Good Friday.
Easter Saturday basically.
Easter Saturday. The Saturday after Good Friday.
And
I know that
Easter
in my
Sunday.
head.
That's right.
I know that in my head. Talk to me about this one now.
So this year, and Happy New Year, sir.
Yes, sir.
We shall have, like last year, the formula with 2 past student teams,
right,
a master's team. Right. So anybody who is, 35 years and older. So you're qualified, Mr. Duane.
Yes, man. Maybe
and we're having a team from like the 2000s, etc.
Right.
So last year we had Team Cheng, which is the 2000s group,
right,
versus Team Yellow. We have the Costa Cup team, bigger and better now because the boys have more experience. Last year we beat them like nothing. But this year, the invitational team, I'm not going to release who that is, but it's going to be a high school invitational team. You'll see it on the final flyer. There will be a master's team from one of the popular high schools in Jamaica.
Right.
right? And then we're gonna have matches starting at 11 a.m. We're gonna have food and drink on sale right throughout the day.
Yes.
We're also gonna have lunch food deliveries if you don't want to come. So let's say
They
I have
bring it to you.
yeah, we can bring it to you.
Yeah, okay.
It depends in a central location.
Organization and so on.
Sorry, we can't deliver to like Prickapole and them places.
Yeah,
But you know, Sedans
right.
Bay, Ocherius,
Yeah.
Claremont. And then also we're gonna have an after party going up till about 10 p.m. We're gonna have juggling from Team X,
Right.
overproof movements. We also have a special guest DJ from RJR. You understand? So look out for the details.
No man, a big
Surprises. Yeah man, it's gonna be bigger and better.
It's gonna be bigger and better, man. Party and
yes,
the whole
man.
planning tune and go and DJs in the and so on.
Yes, man.
So I can come and dance.
Gonna have an after party, like a retro style after party. The final flare coming out this month, man. So yeah, man. It's gonna be nice.
No, that sounds exciting, man.
It's gonna be very exciting.
And what I'm seeing, I'm hearing, is that it may improve because last year was actually the starting point to say one everything and then
and we have to say hats off to Yellow because it's his idea.
Right.
You understand? Because he brought
Yellow is Yuan Wallin, you know. Could play football good one time, but I don't know about
no man, he's still good, man.
He's
the captain of the Yellow team.
Okay.
Right? I run out as well last year.
Yeah, I saw you run out, man. And you do your thing, but me no know. We have to ask some of them to judge you.
Well, the importance as a master's level man is fitness. You don't want to really skill at this point, a fitness. Pass and go.
Pass and go.
Yep.
Dr. Trench, I want to ask you a question. We usually do this out of the box. A question that maybe you don't expect it. Do you see yourself in politics one day?
Me?
Yes.
Politics? Maybe in the background.
You say me. No man, a man who run for the center, northwest center, northeast.
No, I don't see that right.
You don't see that?
I don't see that.
Yeah.
I would gladly support the work of my councillor politician in the background. Because I have organizational skills, but to be the elected candidate for
you don't see that?
No, because one thing about me, I don't think no.
But for a man to be out there, your name is there, you're helping, you're around Ferncourt and because as I said, you know, because we are past students, and as you said, there are people who will just give like a 20,000 and so on and keep back. But you take out this mantle and because to be honest, and we respect, don't get me wrong, we respect everyone. I don't know if everyone past student. I don't know if it's because we are close to you. If we want to get to, we get to you.
Yes.
If you get what I'm saying.
I get you.
And you will just see a man and say, hey, come in, and you just a Ferncourt.
Yeah,
so
because
that is why I'm asking you now. Do you see as a people person? Do you see yourself in that light?
I don't see myself in that light. I think I do have the potential, but it takes a certain type of energy. Not right now, trust me, because right now, my substantial job is lecturer at university. I would like to churn out some more graduate PhD students, and my area of expertise, environmental conservation. I want Jamaica to get to a place where we are first world in environmental thinking.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes, yes.
So, not the representational politics. That's not really my thing.
That is not.
I don't really see that right now.
It just come to me to ask, you know, because
I got you.
Other people person. You have the last word you want to say to the community, to Ferncourt, or you know, overall?
Yeah, well, I just want to say thank you, Mr. Duane, for giving me the interview. I'm not so sure who it will reach, or if it will reach, but the reality is, as a son of St. Anne, happy to be a part of the growth of our nation, both in for my high school as well as my community as well as my university. And so I just hope we can continue to be positive role models, because right now Jamaica have a lot of bad role models. And as I said to a past student at Ferncourt the other day, these youths have so much negative role models to look forward to, and you are hiding away yourself. So if you're a positive role model, step out and show. And as I said, if you have your talent and you don't use it for good, it's sin. You understand? And I'm not a religious person. Anybody who knows me will say, my God is Mother Earth. You understand? Me can step into any church and me can pray and all of that. But I think my role is serving Mother Earth, whether it's a built environment with people or the natural environment. And I'll do that for as long as I can do.
What can I say? As I said, I know Dr. Trench. It's funny, you know. We are from high school, Ferncourt, and he don't know how it's gonna reach and so on, but it's gonna reach people, and this is a passion for me, and this is a passion to come and talk to Dr. Trench here in Discovery Bay. Talking about Ferncourt, talking about his life. I could sit here and talk about Ferncourt, you know. We could, you want to go in a bun and cheese and bread and
Yeah,
you want we go we can't go that the goal and start bread come up
we
and
can.
we can
We can.
all day.
I'm a friend in my university. I trouble I love butter and cheese.
Yeah, but we can't afraid where they come from. Going at the bus
Yeah,
and
man.
go down the road. But it's a wonderful interview. It's an interview I've learned. Honestly, I've learned, and especially the scientific areas and so on. I got a tour of the property. First time I born and grown in St. Ann, and the first time I'm touching foot here. Nice, lovely background.
One of our best
please.
kept secret, yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
And I would just want to say to the persons who March 30th, right?
Yes.
Come out. We all will be at Ferncourt. It's a reunion. Whether you went to Ferncourt in 1938, right till now,
That's right.
you're gonna see people you know, you're gonna see your friends. It's a wonderful time. I know where the after party, I know who I want to dance with. I have somebody in my mind. Alright. So take care. Right? I will see you again. This is Island Up Info. Remember we keep upping. Dr. Trench, thank you very much, sir.
Respect my brother.
Respect, man. Respect.
Yes, man.
Respect.
Good to have you.
Respect. This interview should have gone, but I don't know what. But this we said today. Today is the
No
day.
later.
No later than today. Thank you, Ferncourt people. Thank you to the people of St. Ann. Take care. See you again.
Jamaica, big up.
My name is Leonard Dehaney.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.